So now we've had fun with coffee whip. Now we're going to try to make a matcha whip. There have been folks that try to do the same proportions of matcha to water to sugar, and it does nothing. It only makes a syrup. The only way to make a whip is to actually use something that will whip, such as egg whites, because this will not whip the way that instant coffee will. So I have 1 egg white here at room temperature. Egg whites with better room temperature. I have 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. That is a good stabilizer. If you're trying to keep a ratio, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1 egg white. And then I have a tablespoon of matcha powder here. And then on the boil, I've got sugar water solution going, and that's equal proportions of sugar to water. So I also need a pinch of salt. First things first, we're going to froth up our egg whites a little bit before we start adding our sugar. I'm going to go ahead and start whipping up my meringue. I'm also going to add my pinch of salt. Get it all nice and fruity and frothy and fluffy. You want to make sure that when you do this, you do this in a very clean bowl. You don't want any grease in there because the grease will make it so that it won't work. All right. So here we are. We're at soft peaks, which is where you want to be before you start adding the boiling hot sugar solution. All right. So there we've got some peaks. And we're going to start adding in the matcha a little bit at a time. We want to mix this with some water because otherwise it's going to be really grainy. So, some of that sugar water solution, could you add this and make a paste? Ooh, that tastes bitter. Uh-oh. This has deflated. Well. Let's see what happens if I keep doing this. Okay, so let's try another egg white in a separate bowl, and then we'll try folding it in and see how that works. So now we have, once again, we're going to see if we can fold in a whipped egg white to make this fluffy again since it deflated. We're going to see if we can do this. No big deal if we can't. This is all science in the kitchen. It's all learning. And let's try this one more time. Now this is just, like I said, a refrigerator fresh egg. You really want to start from a room temperature egg white, but I think we'll be okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop in a little bit. Just going to drizzle that in. See how that goes. Cloud-like. Can we get more in? I think it's foamy and mildly sweet, and it definitely has that grassy flavor. I want to see if I can get a little bit more in, without breaking it. All right, it's at hard peaks, and it's a pretty color. She got it like really bright green. It was this color green, but not soupy. but I think this is gonna be as good as it gets. And I think we've got a good flavor. Let's look at it. You've got the fluffy, holds itself together texture of meringue, because of course it is a meringue. Flavor-wise, it tastes like matcha. It's it's bitter.
It is.
It's bitter.
Sugar cuts it a little.
Sugar cuts it a little. I think it'll be good.
This has a delicate flavor to it.
Yeah.
Much less pronounced matcha, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I prefer it a little less matcha.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So that concludes this portion.